Hey there, everyone. My name is Alan, and I used to be a speedrunner. Now I'm really into geography. What you're about to see is a perfect score of 25,000 on the most liked map of Austin, Texas, my hometown, achieved in the fastest time of 1 minute and 23 seconds. For those of you who don't know, basically the idea of this game is that you get dropped at 5 random locations and you have to figure out where you are and locate it on the map. On this map, you have to be within about 25 yards, which is a very small margin. The place on the map that you have to locate is where the game placed you, not where you navigated to. Therefore, in order to achieve the goal of getting a perfect score in the fastest time, I had to kind of remember where I started after I navigated to the nearest intersection, basically. You can hit the flag under the compass to automatically go back to where you started, but that takes time, and so I didn't use that feature in this run. As we go through the round, because this map goes by really quickly, I'm going to pause the video at times so that I can explain my thought process. In the description, there's going to be a link to the run unedited without pauses or commentary. So we're going to watch me be by the bubble, and I'm going to miss it just barely. Anyways, I think that's about it for the intro. So without further ado, let's get started. So immediately I can tell I'm in a neighborhood, probably not near a major street. So the first thing I try to do is find a stop sign to figure out what street I'm on. It's not in the direction that I faced initially, so I turn around and see a stop sign. I see Horseshoe something, but the other street is blurred out, so I take another step and find it again, and I see Barton Hills and Horseshoe Bend. Barton Hills is a neighborhood just south of the river, and Barton Hills Drive is kind of its main road. I know exactly where it is, so I go straight to the map. I see that Horseshoe Bend is a cove, cul-de-sac kind of street, and it's facing south from Barton Hills. So I'm looking for the little spokes off Barton Hills, and I kind of get lucky in that the first section I check is the right one. The first one isn't right, but the second one is, and I remembered we went kind of south to get to the intersection, so I place the marker and get the 5,000. Round two, and I'm immediately facing an intersection, and I see it's 8th and Chacon. Real quick, I'm going to pause the run and use this opportunity to basically explain the downtown grid system of Austin. So there we go. Downtown Austin is situated on the north bank of the Colorado River. The streets run in a slightly offset, north, south, east, west grid. The east west streets are all numbered, starting with First Street, closest to the river, which has been renamed after agriculture labor hero Cesar Chavez. And the numbers increase as you go north up to the mid 50s. The north-south streets are all named after rivers in Texas. So on the west side is Rio Grande, which is Texas's border with Mexico, and on the east end is Red River, the border with Oklahoma. Congress is kind of like the meridian. So if you're east of Congress, you're on East 8th, and if you're west of it, you're on West 8th. Immediately east of Red River is I-35, the interstate highway, and east of that is East Austin. Back to the game. I know that Chacon is a sizable street east of. Did that go? Oh, shoot. Gotta put that away. I know that Chacon is a sizable street east of I-35, so I go straight to the map. I have a little trouble locating it, and I should really memorize that Chacon is east of the border of Houston-Tillotson, which is an HBCU in Austin. You can see I zoomed out instead of in as I go to place the marker, but I get there in the end. Okay, this one unfortunately didn't take a lot of skill to locate, and after playing this map for a week or two, I instantly recognized this as the street that crosses a creek just east of South Congress, which, along with First Street and Lamar, is one of the three major streets to also cross the river in south central Austin. I locate what I think to be the street, remembering that it starts with a W, and it turns out that this is Wasson Street, crossing Williamson Creek. There it is. On to the next one. Okay, I can immediately tell that I'm in downtown, the clues being that I'm surrounded by tall buildings and that I'm on a one-way street. I check to see if there's an intersection behind me, but realize the one I was facing initially was closer, so I navigate there. I have a little trouble reading the streets initially, but I see that we're at 7th and Lavaca, so I go to the map, remembering that I went north to get to the intersection, and place the marker down. Okay, at this point, I'm thinking that I'm going to be just a little bit too slow for the world record, but I see the 5th location, and I instantly recognize it. This one's also kind of unfortunate because I only know where this is because there's a slightly high concentration of starting points in this parking lot. This is the Rooster Teeth parking lot up in Mueller, so I go straight to the map after a quick 360. You can tell the nerves were kicking in because I totally missed Mueller initially, which is northeast of downtown. I end up finding it, get the 25,000, check my time. I'm still not totally convinced. I hit it at 123.
Got the world record back.
So yeah, there it is, 25,000 points on the Austin, Texas map in a minute 23. Definitely room for improvement, but the gimmick with this map is that you kind of just have to get lucky locations. Eventually, I'm going to zoom in on all the locations to recap. And yeah, this Barton Hills round was definitely the toughest. I'm the most proud of that one. I have a friend from high school who lived on, you can see to the right of the marker, Mountain View Drive. So yeah, that one came in very clutch. Again, like super lucky that the second cul-de-sac I checked was the correct one. There it is, Horseshoe Bend Cove. Number two was pretty simple. Yeah, we're gonna go over there. Easton Chacon, sorry, 8th and Chacon, alongside Houston Tillotson. Number three was the bridge over the creek, and it's in between Ben White. Ben White is kind of like the name for the frontage road that runs alongside 290. So it's south of Ben White and it's north of Stastny. This one was the fastest round. I didn't have to move. I think I zoomed in there because I was trying to see if there's like any houses on the street, but it's not really in like a neighborhood or anything. Yeah, it's just like a weird like bend. Number four was a downtown round, 7th and Lavaca. I'm going to zoom back in on Lavaca here to show how I pick it out on the map. So we zoom out and then we go back in. So Lavaca forms a pair with Guadalupe as the two streets continue north from South First, with Lavaca on the right running northbound and Guad on the left running southbound. There we go, back and forth. The last one was the Mueller round. Just got super lucky with it. Didn't have to move. Uh, and yeah, we got it. Anyways, that's about it. I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm not about to become like a GeoGuessr content creator, but I will post things that I do that are interesting. In the next couple of days, I'm going to post a similar video of my Diverse World personal best, which is one of the more popular maps on GeoGuessr. So yeah, thanks for watching.